Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Faurot Field in Columbia, Missouri, home of the Missouri Tigers. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the Missouri Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Takes the handoff. It's Hardy. Oh, he's got some space. And defense got gassed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z. So these are big for the resume.
Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Blasted as he lets it go. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
So Missouri will have to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Miller with the ball. Fights off a defender. Makes it past the marker. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. If you're going to play Bama tough, you're going to find out really early if you can handle the running game.
Yeah, they're going to check your chin. I mean, they're going to come in and they're going to give you a steady diet of it. Even when they've had great quarterback play and spread the ball out, it's still a physical principle. They're going to make you stop the run. If you can't stop it, it could be a long game.
Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Easy pitch and catch. You've thrown them 4,000 times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
Stopped at the 41-yard line after the 5-yard gain.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
Didn't get a whole lot of room to run. He picked up 1 or 2.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And it took the defense a bit to get a handle on him. A little slippery with all those juke moves.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm, but after that...
There he goes! And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama!
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He's out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and that's where this offense will go to work. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Fighting off the defender. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Caught near the sideline, it's Coleman. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Quarterback may change this route. Little over anxious, out of the stance early, and it's a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the shower of flags, it's 1st and 15 for this offense. He's looking to pass. He lets one fly deep. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the first quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Yeah, and he had an opportunity to make such a big play. Listen, he wasn't wide open with nobody around him, but you got to make that play. You got a little bit of space. You got to haul that in, make your quarterback look good, and make a big play for this offense.
The give from the gun. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, you got to wonder about the play call there. 3rd and long, hoping to catch the defense off guard, napping, but they weren't fooled. They made a play, got the tackle for loss. Now you've got 4th in California.
He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Makes the grab inside the 30. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. High-flying pass catchers and the Crimson Tide. That combination wasn't right at the top of your mind, say, 30 years ago.
No, it used to be run, run, more run, and you've seen over the years.
Breaks into the open. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. They'll try the right side. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
They'll keep it on the ground. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Making side adjustments here. Oh, they're after him. Hit as he throws.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on 3rd down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm. But you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point in the game.
First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. They'll try the left side. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Running to the left. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. Back to pass, it's Simpson. Caught in the backfield, it's Miller. At the 40, there he goes. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
Gets the back moving. Grabbed behind the line. It's Washington. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
Fires to the right. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20, a pickup of 5.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Snags it at the 30 and still running. Hits the crease. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. Looking for a man. It's Simpson. He's got an open man. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down. Alabama pushing the tempo.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again.
All right, 2nd quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some 1st downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Rides the back on the option. The give. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
That's reeled in. It's Horton. Puts him in the spin cycle. Touchdown, Bama! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, David.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far. And if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to pass. Rushes on him. Takes a hit as he fires. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Now backed up in their own end. It's 3rd and long. From the gun. Wants to pass. Under fire. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
4th down and 10, and barely a thought of kicking it. They'll go for it. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. He's loose down the left side. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Missouri!
And I'm pretty sure the card usually tells you to punt in this situation, backed up on your own end, but forget that. We're going to be aggressive. And how about the deep shot down the field on 4th down? You make the play and get the huge explosive touchdown for this offense. Risk it for the biscuit, baby.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He lets it fly. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
He's now up to 83 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Makes the grab past the marker. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Pocket breaking down. Catch in the middle, it's Horton. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Direct snap. Running to Green.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
The Crimson Tide could get very aggressive here on 2nd and inches. The give is to Miller. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
I love teams that make it a priority to run the football, and they have today. Another good run by this running back. He's been doing it all night, over 100 yards on the day. Really, really good night for this young man.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. And here's a fumble way behind the line. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Wants to throw. It's Simpson. Pressure coming. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
They'll run the option. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Going to take a shot. Picked off. What a play by this defense. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
This offense has it with really good field position. He'll pitch it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking for a man. It's Simpson. Throws to the tight end. Catch in the middle. It's Cuevas. And he's brought down after a nice gain. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. After the penalty, the playbook is wide open on 1st and 5. He wants to throw it. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown Tide. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands. And he loses the football. Recovered by the kicking team. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Missouri will put a foot to it to start us in the second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Here comes that Alabama offense. It's working. Why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Well, it's an offense that prides themselves on being physical. No mystery there. You need 1 yard, turn around, hand it off, let them go to work.
They'll go to the ground. he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a first down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on third down, low percentage throw. It falls incomplete, and all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. He wants to change this route. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Looking to fire. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Tigers come to the line needing just inches for the first down. He's going to look for a man on third and short. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
To the air, it's Simpson. Got his man. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
They make the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Here's a heat. Working on the right. And what a throw to get it in there, and they've got it in business in the red zone at the 13. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. On the move. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. He got it. And that will extend their lead even further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking to throw on 1st down. They get to him as he throws. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your...
Unloads it downfield. He's got it at the 30. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. That last big play has them in business just outside the red zone. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on 1st down. Scrambling away. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. It's Hardy. Turning it on. And they'll move the chains with the 1st down. That might be it for the 3rd quarter. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
Great job by the running back scoring on that pitch play off the option. It wasn't easy. He had to make somebody miss and do some dirty work there down inside the 10-yard line, but nice individual effort.
And now they'll try to get the 2-point conversion, guys. From the gun, the running back looking for room. He's not going to make it in, and the decision to go for 2 does not work out. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Looking to pass. It's Simpson. Fires to the right. He's got it. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the 4th quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
Looking for room at the 30. Oh, he's got some space. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the second level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama! That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. And the extra point right down the boulevard is there now, up 20 in the 4th. Here's the return from inside his 10. And he winds up right where he would have on the touchback. Goes out of bounds at the 25. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. He showed off a few moves, but not enough to get away from all of those defenders as they stop him for a loss.
I think at this point of the game now in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there. It didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the pass.
Interception, and things are going from bad to worse.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. It's Simpson. Looking down the middle. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that 2nd down incompletion. Motion from the back. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45.
And they've been fun to watch today, man. Like they're staying aggressive late in the game. They've built a cushion. They've built a lead. But you can just tell the confidence and the swagger they have. They've been able to do what they want today, take care of business. And this is an offense that I think is going to...
There he goes. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Throws to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
This was my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big, late in the game. You know it's past. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes. It is hard to play offensive football in this situation.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And his throw is incomplete.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Complete to the right. Ripping through the defense. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
Just tried to ease it out there, and it falls incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down.
Well, it's been that kind of day here tonight. It just have not been able to find a rhythm and establish that throwing the football. Part of it has been wide receivers and quarterbacks not being on the same page, but you got to give this defense credit, too. Just like that last play, they have been getting after him. They've been hitting him, and that's a big reason why they've got such a big lead here in the fourth.
The Tigers will have it 1st and 10. Give to the running back. Rams him with the stiff arm. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. The Tigers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Here comes the heat. Makes the grab on the left. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. You still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Pulled and fired complete. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down. They came into this game with plenty of people putting them on upset alert, and they were ready for the challenge.
And they passed it with flying colors. And this is what you want to do as a team. You want to make these little statements across the season. And they proved, Palmer, the difference between them and the other team being ranked is wide, and there's a reason why.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equally, and they showed that here today. Dominating in all 3 phases. This is a team everybody needs to look out for.
Leaves it with the back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd.